From a young age, I knew that I wanted to devote my life to public service. And I realized that shortly after my father's passing, he was a New Jersey state trooper and he had died in the line of duty when I was 6. And I felt a sense of obligation and responsibility to pick up from where he left off by continuing his legacy of service. And as I grew older, I found ways to do that on a smaller scale. That interest in public service really came to a head when I was 18 years old and I decided to run for a seat on the Hamilton Township Board of Education. I saw a need for change and a desire for change from those in the community, those who felt like their voices didn't matter.
The reason why I volunteer and help others is because of who I am, and my identity before I am anything else is a daughter of God. I do see Christ in everyone, and I think the reason why I am called to service is because of my faith, because I want to give back. I recognize that there are so many people in need in our world, in our country, in our state, in our campus, who need someone there, who need that reminder to know that someone does care about them.
When COVID started, I thought that I needed to volunteer. I need to help somehow in the world. So what I did was I looked for volunteer opportunities around me in Dallas, and there was one organization I found, the Vickery Meadow Summer Reading Academy. They help teach immigrant and refugee children how to read and write and learn English, as English isn't their first language. I can sympathize with that. English wasn't my first language either. I was actually able to be a tutor, a student tutor for one of the students, and I helped teach her English. And to know that I possibly, even if I didn't make an impact on that little girl's life, and to know I possibly made an impact was just very fulfilling to me, because I was her at one point in my life.
Growing up, my parents really emphasized the importance of giving back and making sure that others are heard. Service at its core is being able to help others in need, as well as helping yourself in the process of being enlightened and being able to further your empathy. Having help from others is really all we need in order to be able to reach our full potential. So whether that be a small act of kindness or a larger deed to a community-wide scale.
I was expecting, that I would give so much, that I would help, that I would work alongside doctors and nurses, which I did, and that was great. But the amount of things that I received in exchange was so much more.
Public service is so important, especially in light of everything that's going on in the world today. And there's never been a greater need for people to step up and want to make a difference.
Creating something that's made from ourselves and our group, I think is vital for that kind of servant leadership as an involvement of other people as well.
Everyone thinks that they are themselves, like that's the entire story. Oh, it's my life, to a certain extent, everyone has a bit of like, oh yeah, this is me, this is my life, this is my world. But that's not the case. And I think when you grow a little older, when you start evolving, you start to realize every single person you interact with, every action you really have has some domino effect. It has some mechanism that ripples through. And that affects everyone, not only on a community scale, but on a global scale. Every human can connect to that on some level. The human condition looks to that within itself.